Well, I came to Apex in 1985 from Southwest Virginia, and it was quite a change, growing up in the coal fields and in the mountains. And I came to Apex in '85 just because looking for work, and very depressed area there. And wasn't in Apex, but I was a builder in Southwest Virginia, a little town called Richlands, and we come here looking for work to build houses here. And I got in touch with a gentleman on Salem Street named Bill Johnson, and he introduced me to a subdivision out on 1010, and we bought some lots, and that's where we built our first houses. And as I become more familiar with Apex, there seemed to be a need for affordable housing, and that's the word that people like to use. They didn't want to say cheap houses, but affordable houses. And we worked a deal with different people and started the Perry Farm subdivision. And the money from that was used for the Perry Library, and she, I guess, dictated that money from her land would be used to build a new library. So they bounced around where it was going to go, and it ended up out in Shepherd's Vineyard. So I feel like I was a little bit part of seeing that library happen in that we did that. But we ended up building about 74 houses in Perry Farms that sold for under $200,000, which was, these days not heard of. But we were building 3-bedroom, bath and a half house with a garage, and selling it for $179,000, $189,000, and now I'm paying that for a lot to build a house on. So it's changed, but it was a happy time that we were able to do that and get things going. The sad part of that, in '92, when we were right in the middle of Perry Farms, my first wife passed away, and we built a gazebo in the park, and the town, we named it after my first wife, Charlotte Sue Helton. And with agreement that John Brown helped work that out, that the town of Apex would we would pay for the park, build it, all that, and then the town would take it over and maintain it forever. So if something happened to me, it would always continue to be the Sue Helton Park. So that's the bittersweet of Perry Farms, but the good part of Perry Farms also. Well, as I continued to grow in Apex and meet more people and becoming, I like to be involved. I'm a very involved person. And in '94, I run for town council and was elected. And through that, just meeting more people and getting more involved in the town. And we was actually, that board was the one that decided and designed the current town hall and the rec building that's behind it. We actually designed and had that done. And one of the big discussions in that building, when we first started, they were only going to do 2 floors. And so Ed Grimes and I said, me being in the building, and he just, we both agreed, even though we don't need a 3rd floor right now, it's going to be cheaper right now to put that 3rd floor on there for future growth for the town of Apex. And now, if you look at it, they probably wish we'd have did 5 floors, because we're already up into the 3rd floor and keeping it full. But I'm happy to be a part of that. And the other happy things that we feel like we accomplished was I was on the team that built the Kidstown Playground out on Kelly Road. And that is so amazing. And Kathy Smith was very much involved in that. And we lost Kathy shortly after Kidstown Playground we had the ribbon cutting out there. And as Pat was saying, I've been coaching softball for almost 35 years, and it's one of my great loves. Probably second or third behind my wife and my grandkids. But I really love working with the girls and coaching softball. And it's when I'm over on the softball field, I look over and I see all the kids over there in the playground, and I realize I had a part in that. And it's, it's very touching. Excuse me a minute. But again, but after that, we just continued to grow and do things. And I think it was in 1994, I was elected by the chamber as the 1994 Apex Citizen of the Year. And then I guess the highlight of everything that's happened to me in Apex was this past December when I was appointed or elected as the 14th member of the Apex Hall of Fame, the Chamber Hall of Fame. And that was one of the greatest honors I think you can get here in the town of Apex. And that was real important to me. And I've always been, every project I do, I try to leave it better than I found it. I get a lot of grief from some people that I tore down a house and built another house in its place. But typically, most of the time, the houses that I do tear down are not, they're real old. They're hard, to maintain. They're usually out of shape. They're eat up with termites or whatever. And then when I leave, we got a brand new house that people moves into and are real happy. So that's, like I say, I try to leave every job, everything I do it to the very best I can. And I will continue to do that. I'll be 79 years old in June. And I was asked by a parent the other day, I'm currently coaching at Grace Christian School, their JV team. I kind of retired last fall from coaching in Apex Parks and Rec, and I said, well, I'm going to give it up for a while and take a break and just go watch games. And a month later, I get a call from Grace Christian, and they say, Coach, we need you to come and take this new team. So now I'm coaching again. So we just enjoy doing that so much. And one of the parents said, why are you still out here coaching when you're 79? I said, because I love doing it. I love working with the girls. And we won our second game last night, so we're just happy. I guess one of the greatest things is since we've moved back from Myrtle Beach, I had a heart attack in '95 and kind of turned my business over to my son, and he started building here. And so we thought, well, I'll just move to Myrtle Beach and play some golf and fish and just enjoy, some time. And that lasted about 30 days, and she told me I had to go back to work. So I started building again in Myrtle Beach, and we built almost 200 homes in Myrtle Beach the 10 years we were down there. So we decided to come back for one reason is Pat's mom was in her 90s, and she was having some health issues, and we just decided, we had a house there and we had a house here, and we prayed about it. We said, Lord, we're going to put them both on the market the same day, and whichever one sells, that's, you're telling us what to do. And the one sold there with a week to 10 days, it was sold. So we come back to Apex, and one of those reasons is for Rachel Baker. She was a very amazing woman, and we got along great. I was her favorite son-in-law, and at the time she really told people that I was her favorite. I was the only one she had, so worked out. But that and just like she touched on the people here, and I noticed things driving how very much different here than in a lot of places, where you pull up to a stoplight or an intersection where you're trying to emerge, and I've noticed, over time how so many people will let you out, and just be courteous out here on the streets driving. And I've worked in Washington, D.C. and places like that, and that just don't happen. And as far, as now to the future, we've got so many people coming into town and moving to Apex. And, like it says, it's the peak of good living. It's, #1 place to live. The only issue I have is a lot of these people want to come to Apex because of all this and our small town feel, the atmosphere here and all this. But a lot of people that come want to bring what they had there to Apex. And, what I like to say is, you're welcome to Apex, but leave those things that you didn't like there, leave them up there. Just come and enjoy what we have here. And they'll find out after they're here for a while, this is a whole lot better than a lot of places they're coming from. And I know there's a lot of reasons. It's the weather, it's jobs and all that, but I just think we're on the right track. We got a good board now. We got a wonderful mayor who is out here just about every day. You see him out here shaking hands and going to meetings and coming to ball games and all that. He's just so wonderful. And I'm involved with the Apex American Legion. I am an Army veteran, and we do Memorial Day, different functions downtown, and they're always available, and come to those. And the town board, most of the time they're all there, and so I think we're really headed in the right direction. And I just think it's going to be nothing but good. I mean, we're going to have some growing pains and all that, but I think, we're on the right track. And it's like we say, we've got 8 grandkids, and we're just really proud of them. And I try to think and always do things to make it, I want it better for them than I found it when I came here. And that's definitely the case. We have so much more to do here than when I come here in 1985. Well, as far as the potential for Apex, I think, like I was just saying, I think we're on the right track. I think we're seeing a lot of improvements, things that's went on in the town, and the growing pains. I think, again, getting the Peakway finished and getting some of maybe the traffic out of downtown, if we can bypass the town. If we can get some of the traffic issues, we got new big developments that's coming to town, and I think that's going to help. Bringing jobs, we bring more people. More people brings more problems. And but the future for Apex, I think, is again headed in the right direction. And we get Pleasant Plains Park built. That's going to bring more people, sporting events, and I just hope to continue to just grow like we're doing, and keep focused at what's best for the people. I mean, the people's what makes this town, and we just want them to enjoy what we have enjoyed. Don't come here and try to change everything to the way it was back home, but just come here and then meet the people, and the people at church, and all our friends, and come out and see a good softball game. So we'll be doing that.